have to check up on myself.
Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. This will be taken in at the 1. He'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Ready? 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. You don't want none of that. Give me it. Pick up. Yes. Henry. You got tight right there. 53's
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line.
That's good for Texans. First down. First and 10.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Let's go, D.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Ready? It's Pittsburgh. It's a party now. It's a party now.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown. Duke Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point good by Prater. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go now. 60 or. Hey, lock it. Kill. Check 3. Yep. Check 3.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Taylor. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Look at me, zipper.
Back to throw. Eason. And a big loss here as he's taken down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. I was waiting for them to get there first because the momentum they carry from last week, unbelievable. They had a snowman, 8 sacks.
You were surprised that it took this long, and this isn't that long, truthfully. But here's the thing. If you've seen that on tape, your offensive line is going to have to ask for help. Tight end has to stay in. If you use a fullback, keep him in. Make sure you have extra people.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Prater for the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
And nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Come on, boys, come on.
Go, go.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up.
Bam,
Check, check. Lucky.
bam.
Operating from the gun. Eason. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 24-yard line.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Johnson on the counter. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Devontae Freeman with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point good by Prater. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
At the 47-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 60 outlaw.
50. Hey, let's get them home.
Hey. Ready.
To throw on second down. Eason. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Brian Burns in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. Throwing on third and long. Eason flush to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the first. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
You got 3.
Hey, Echo.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Bridgewater to throw it this time. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Single.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. Looking to throw. Eason. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. On 4th down, Eason. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Back to throw. Eason. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. The end result, 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty.
Let's go, D. 53 is the mic. 53. Check 53.
Look. Squeeze.
Joker.
Hey, Delta. 5.
From the gun, Eason. Yeah, he's got it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From 13 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament. But it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack it. And Freeman lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around. And we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Go, Jackrabbit. Come on, ready?
Taylor, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and through by Myers. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here it comes.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
We got 3. We got 3.
From the gun, Bridgewater. He gets it to Thomas. And out across midfield down to the 45. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Texans push further out in front. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
They're on 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 10-2 stop.
And bring it. Watch twitch.
Hey, Sam off. Hey, box trap, box trap.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Step.
On first down, Eason. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Here we go, here we go. Henry. Strong right, strong right.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. The field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. They'll run on first down. Taylor. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Off the play fake. Eason. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 36. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they...
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick, and they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Got an open man. It's Foster. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also moved the sticks. Looking sideline, incomplete. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Credit the sack to Vita Vea.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Go! Look at me! Go! Say go!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Eason flushed out right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. The Colts send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. "62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Johnson. And he's into the clear. 20, 10. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Prater for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit, now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy.
And it's intercepted. It's Ha-Ha Clinton-Dix with a pick. And he will have a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point good by Prater, and that'll increase their lead to 28. This fielded at the 2. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Elsewhere in the NFL, they're in the second half at FedEx Field now. The Redskins have scored yet again. They've really opened that one up. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out at me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Stevens forced out to his left. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. Looking to throw. Stevens.
Sometimes guys get locked in this.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns. It's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Back to throw. Stevens. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They begin the drive with Johnson. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Johnson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
53, check 53. Exit, exit.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Back. Switch.
On play action, it's Bridgewater. Thomas has got it, complete. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Looking to throw. Stevens, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. They'll let it go deep for Foster. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. A first down carry here for Johnson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
2nd and 5 now. Bridgewater back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space.
Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Prater for the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. The throw over the middle taken in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. Throwing on first down. Stevens.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter. From the gun, Stevens to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts are in for 6. No success on first down. He couldn't get any yardage. They give it to him again, and he finds the end zone.
Sometimes it just has to be persistence, doesn't it? And you know who else helps with that? Offensive line. After a team's been stuffed, the last thing they want to do is go to a different play call. They want to come back and do it again and show that they can dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it third and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. Throwing, Bridgewater. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up.
Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Throwing to start the drive. Stevens. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Second and 11. And his throw is incomplete. Robert Foster, the intended receiver, but now it'll be third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Mike 42, Mike 42. Wants to run. They're running it. Mike's 42, Mike's 42.
Operating from the gun. Stevens. Now a desperation throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. They give him a gain of 38. So that changes things. Here's first and 10 all the way up at the 45. Back to throw. Stevens. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, in some hot water now after that sack. It's second and 21. And he's going to go down again. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Well, I've never seen this one. It's second down, and the punt team is out there. Now, this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Texans scoop it. There's some space here, and he'll be brought down around the 7-yard line. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Bridgewater now after the fumble recovery. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball.